What I love saying is that I'm a born leader.
Yes.
I love saying that I'm God's favorite child. I'm a very multi-talented person. Yeah, obviously you said it. I would have gone to sport. I'm in taekwondo. I do taekwondo since my first year. But then now it's low-key because I'm in Housecom and it requires a lot of time. It happens. There was a time even there were students who said I was I have what? Favoritism.
Because and how did you deal with that? Because that's a very much huge statement for one to make against you, more especially as a leader, a Housecom.
Because we have students who are really suffering because of that. And then as a leader now, when they uko management them, and then you know nothing. Now it's me. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. So now I have to deal with this whole thing. I think that is I'm still trying to work on. I'm very stubborn in a way that I don't easily accept when I'm being corrected. But then it's very important when other people come to you and then correct where you are wrong. So me accepting is very much difficult, but then I'm still trying to work on that.
Welcome to the third episode of Student Leadership Unplugged, a space where we get to go beyond titles, but then also get to sit with the real human stories. My name is Nyakallo Kutumela, the bulldozer, and I'm your host. Of course, I'm not alone. I'm seated with the amazing, the fantabulous, the superb Miss Nikita. Let me just give you a minute to introduce yourself, Nikita.
Another day, another dollar, another dream as a leader in Salt Lake University. I'm your girl, Nikita Shimuleni, and aka Brady K, an academic officer of Tauana Hall of Residence. Yes, I mean the best residence in Salt Lake University, where we strive for excellence.
Shout out to Tauana. That's where we are literally shooting at. So now, Miss Nikita, could you please tell us a bit about yourself? Who's Nikita? Where are you from? Where's home? A little bit about your upbringing, be it family-wise, the parents, your siblings if you have.
Nikita is a very interesting person. A very, very bubbly, outspoken, talkative. I can go on and go on. Originally from Namibia.
Yes.
My parents are from Namibia. And then I grew up in Limpopo, Bela. Yeah, and then I'm from a very, very strict family. I don't want to lie. That family is very strict. But then all thanks to them, shout out to them that I'm here today. Otherwise, if it was not for them, I was not going to be here. Because I'm not very strata. So, if you never saw diesel, it's all. I don't know. Maybe I will be somewhere selling dacha or something.
A big shout out to the parents for that hitting. She wouldn't be here if it wasn't for it. So now, just to get to know a little bit about you, Nikita, let's talk about your childhood. Growing up, what is that thing that kept you true to yourself, as well as the one thing or the person that kept you grounded?
I will say myself because I'm an open book. I'm a very talkative person. I'm very passionate. I'm very ambitious. My persistence, my perseverance. Those are that's what kept me
driven.
Exactly. And then I wouldn't say that there was someone who it's so easy with that bold character that I have. I wouldn't say that there's someone who made me to realize who I am. It was so easy for me to find myself. The reason why I have self-awareness, self-confidence, my self-confidence is on another level, hey? It's up there. Wow. So, yeah.
That's great to hear, because a lot of people, students in particular, they fail to like find their ground, their identity, more especially in the academic stream. Having to be on campus, now you meet a lot of people, then you find your food.
I'm a friendly person, so it's not it's very easy for me to get well with people, to be known.
True.
So I wouldn't say that's something difficult for me.
True.
Yeah.
So now let's get into it. Let's talk about leadership and the heart behind it. Why did you choose to become a Housecom, specifically Housecom, out of all the other leadership positions or other roles that you could have chose? Like, I mean, for an example, you could have went into sports, you could have went to become a peer mentor and all others, you name them.
You know, what I love saying is that I'm a born leader.
Yes.
I love saying that I'm God's favorite child. Mm-hmm. I'm a very multi-talented person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously you said it. I will have gone to sport. I'm in taekwondo. I do taekwondo since my first year. Mm-hmm. But then now it's low key because I'm in Housecom and it requires a lot of time. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I'm the one who chose to be a Housecom, I wouldn't say that there's someone who encouraged me or motivated me to become a Housecom, because as I have told you, my bold character, one thing about me, I kerate go sala. I kerate go sala because whatever is happening, I am there.
You are there.
Trust me, because I remember in my first year, which was last year, Salt Lake University will host so many events. I don't think there's even one event that I missed.
Is it?
I was there. I was even on the international news. I mean, so you can
so
relate
now
that.
Let's unpack more about leadership. What is? Let me just rephrase my question. What type of a leader are you, and the leadership style that you use? For example, we've got different types of leadership styles. There are some people who are autocratic leaders, some are democratic leaders, some they are charismatic, they lead with charms. What type of a leader is Nikita?
I would say that I'm a democratic leader, mm-hmm. because obviously I would love to be heard, mm-hmm. and then as much as I would love to be heard, I will also have exactly. Okay. I will have to take what other people say. Mm-hmm. So I will, and then because that I'm a very friendly person, mm-hmm. I can't be serious. I know I can't be serious, but then I try my level best to be as a strict person, mm-hmm. because obviously dealing with students with different characters, coming from different backgrounds is a lot of work. So I have to be strict for some reasons. I don't know how to, but then I'm trying.
Okay. Because you are saying that you are a democratic leader, and
mm-hmm.
a democratic leader is someone who's fair, I can put it. But then, sometimes being fair, it makes people to take advantage. Don't you think there are instances whereby students take advantage of that? No, Nikita is actually a down-to-earth type of person, a go-to person, to an extent that they overlap, or rather they misuse you, if I can put it that way, for lack of better words.
I would say it does happen a lot to mm-hmm. me. There's a lot of people who will just take chances because at the end of the day, it's Nikita. So mm-hmm. it happens. There was a time even there were students who said I was I have favoritism.
Mm-hmm. Because and how did you deal with that? Because that's a very much used, huge statement for one to make against you, more especially as a leader, a Housecom.
Yes, as a leader, mm-hmm. obviously there will be. Not everyone will like you.
True.
Not everyone. You won't please everyone.
That's
you understand? And then not everyone will be in your circle. Mm-hmm. Even though you try as much as possible to be very strict, mm-hmm. but then there will always be those people who will be next to you. You understand? So that's why they thought that. But then personally, I'm a person of people. You understand?
Chilled person.
Yeah. So I'm out there. I hang out with everyone. So now when you say, oh, no, I have favoritism, that's out of my character.
True.
Because that can never be me.
So I believe each and every single position, be it as a learner, as a student, or even in the workforce, there is challenges. What are the challenges that comes with being a Housecom? Like the everyday challenges that you see as a Housecom?
You know, one thing we I'm not complaining, but then in Tauana we have the automatic door. Once you close it, it's locked. You and then you will need your student card to open it. So we have a MasterCard which is supposed to be dealt with by specifically the sub-wardens. And then we all know sub-wardens are the postgraduate. So they are very, very busy. It's rare to find them around. So obviously, as the Housecom, that's where we intervene. And then now and then you be like, no, you are a student leader, and then here you are a student, you're trying to catch up. While you're still trying to catch up, you will hear someone knocking on your door. No, Nikita, I have locked my student card inside. Those are some issues that we deal with on
For you, it's rather the workload, the burden of having to like do you play your role, be a student, as well as have to like embody or rather encompass another person's work.
Exactly.
Okay.
But then that's why I'm saying I'm not complaining. But then for some reasons, it's so unnecessary for me now to. Why would you forget your student card in your room? You understand? But then now it's as much as like we are now in June, it's getting better. It was worse when they came because like once you closed, and then your student card is inside.
Yes, yes.
So another issue is the maintenance. Your Tauana is a very, very old residence, and we have so many issues that we do complain, but in most cases they don't deal with them. They are not resolved.
Systematic barriers.
Yo.
But then I understand each and every single thing that you're saying. As a person, there comes a point whereby you get overwhelmed because of it's a lot for one to intake. At the end of the day, you are human. There is a limit as to what you can do or take. Have you ever made an unpopular decision, like a hard decision that you feel like it doesn't resonate with your personality? You do not feel good about it.
It's in a way of being strict. Because now, if you know that people, if you are saying that students are always, I will say that students are always locking their student card inside their rooms. I now had to be strict to, okay, you know what? If you're gonna leave your student card in your room, you will spend the whole hour. Because we can't be running around. I will go and take a MasterCard and help you to open the now and then. How many people in Tauana? We are a lot. And then how many people do lock their student cards inside just in a day? It's a lot. So I was like, and then it's actually working. I had to be more strict so that they can, you know.
If I may ask, do you think that is really the right way, or rather the better approach of having to deal with that, such students who forget their student cards? Because as a person, there might be times whereby you genuinely forgot because of you are dealing with academic pressures and all that. Sometimes you wake up late, then you end up having to forget the student card in it. Don't you think there is a better way to tackle it and approach it?
Okay, you know, I will just. It's a matter of me saying it. It's a word of mouth. It's not really something that happened. Obviously, I can't let you. You have a class which gonna take an hour. So obviously, I can't let you be outside for the whole hour. So I'm just gonna say I'm opening for you for the first time, and this will be the last time. Because if you do it again, you will have to spend the whole hour outside without no one who is opening up for you. And then it is working because they will always, before leaving the room, they will always remember that if I leave this, I might spend the whole hour outside. But it never happened actually. So it's but what do you call it? Sweet sour way of
having to like caution.
Exactly. Yeah.
I understand. Nikita, myself, I'm a spiritualist.
Okay.
I'm into African spirituality. I've noticed, or rather, I've learned that a lot of residents, or rather races, they have a problem, or rather, they have a huge number of students who are ancestrally and spiritually inclined. So now it begs a question of, do you guys have a problem, or rather, do you experience instances whereby kids get into trance? And if you do, how do you guys handle it?
Yo, that is a huge one. We had a training which happened last year at Appington. But then, number one, I will come to that. Number one, they did not give us, what do you call it, aid, the aid training. They did not. They did, lucky enough, we have the sub-wardens who have been sub-wardens for years now. I think maybe it's 2 years experience, meaning last of last year, they were given that training. So it helped us because right now in our, as Housecom, we only have one person who is a Housecom for the second time, meaning at least she have experience. But then now if she's not here, and then it's only the 4 of us with no experience, and then someone fainted, there's nothing that we can do. So what the management should have done, they were supposed to give us that training for aid training. And then you talking about spirituality, that's another big issue that we face here in Tauana Hall of Residence. We have so many students who encounter that, and then honestly, we have nothing to do. All what we can do is just let them be, because there's nothing that we can do. Because obviously you can't call the ambulance. They will tell you that, don't call an ambulance, because there's nothing that they will do at the hospital.
I understand that, but then being a spiritual person, I have a little bit, I don't like to say a lot of knowledge. I have a little bit about a person who's in trance. It's a very much a sensitive moment, and it's very much agile for one who's in trance as well as the one who might be aiding. Don't you think it would do greater benefit, or it's going to lessen your burden if they were to put people who are experienced, who have the knowledge about ancestrality, spirituality, so that when such instances occur, they are able to help out?
I stand to be corrected, because I do get your point. But then what I think that SPU can do, I think they are king ababa tsibu best to the extent that they supposed to.
They are not fully recognized.
Yeah, they are not fully recognized, because if that was the case, you hear someone who know, for me to be better, then I think they should be given maybe let me say South Campus, they should be given or allowed to do their own stuff at their own time. Because now, obviously, we are in a sharing space. Even though in Tauana we are not really sharing rooms. We can talk about Umnandi, Haneki, and other residents where they are sharing. Now that you have a roommate, you won't be allowed to practice your such stuff, because now you're being accommodative to the next person. So I feel like they should be given a space where they can do those stuff, because
so that
at the end
be able to exercise
their
beliefs and their spirituality.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, we say that Solplac University is a diverse university. It includes everyone, so they should practice it too. It should be in action. They shouldn't just say, we are the diverse university, yet you are not doing what you're supposed to do, because we have students who are really suffering because of that. And then as a leader now, when the Uko management them, and then you know nothing. Now it's me. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. So now I have to deal with this whole thing. someone will say, no, you're not supposed to give them water. You have to hold them. Someone will say no. There are so many superstition that comes with these things. They say now, if you hold them, these things can come to you. Like, those are things that the comments that we come across. So even when you are a leader, now you are in a position of whereby you have to help, but then now when you want to go there, you don't want to touch because now you are scared. What if you don't have to give that person, like, there's nothing that you can do. And then it hurts me as a leader because I believe I fight for students. I'm a voice of the voiceless. So obviously I have to do something, but there's nothing that I can do. As long as the university has nothing to do, I'm also have nothing to do.
That's true. So now, still in leadership, Nikita, let's now dwell more into leadership. I want to understand, do you work well with your team, and are you a team player?
As you see, if I were to be honest, in our structure,
yes,
as Tauana House Committee, at this point we met. It's different people with different characters. I will say in my team, I'm the loudest person ever. I'm the loudest person, and with that being said, we do try to accommodate one another. So when Nikita comes with a bold character, talking a lot, and then Nibani will come, who is so down to earth. He's such a very calm person. When we talk about Isaiah, who is very stubborn, and then comes with Miss B, Bunke,
yes,
and then she's also very well collected. Doesn't really talk a lot. And then come to Jim, who's the chairperson. He's just okay, you know. We can't say he's loud. We can't say he's a quiet person. He's just in the middle. So coming together, we as a team, we now have to accommodate one another. So we try by all means, even though it's very, very much difficult. Because personally, I lose my calm very, very easily. And otherwise, I'm a crybaby. As I told you, I'm just a girl.
One wouldn't know, you know. One wouldn't know. I wouldn't tell, having seen the Nikita that I know, and the Nikita that I'm being told of.
Yeah, I snap a lot. Like, I lose my calm very, very easily. So whenever one thing that is I'm still trying to work on, I'm very stubborn in a way that I don't easily accept when I'm being corrected. But then it's very important when other people come to you and then correct where you are wrong. So me accepting is very much difficult, but then I'm still trying to work on that. And yeah, I will say that we are working as a team.
As we wrap it up, I want us to wrap it up with a moment of honesty and truth. The role of being a leader, Nikita, does it help you grow in any way whatsoever?
Oh, definitely. I mean, as an academic officer, it's already there on my CV. 1 year experience of being a leader. And then as I'm trying to I would love to see myself next year in an SRC structure. So obviously I'm running, and you guys should vote for me. You know
it all from here, guys. If you want someone who's going to be the voice, who's going to be your voice, who's going to voice out your challenges and the daily problems that you come across on a daily basis as a student, not just for yourself, do it for the first years who are going to come next year, and vote for Nikita. She's going to represent you guys all the way microwave. So now, I want to understand something, Nikita. What is the one thing that you want people to like genuinely recall or remember about you once your leadership term comes to an end?
You know, I'm one person who get things done. So obviously, I'm one of the house committee in Tauana Hall of Residence when we have this, something that have never been done, us having the podcast. So I'm part of the initiative, you know. Obviously this is one of the things that I will be remembered of.
True.
And then one thing
as
about
well as
me,
microwave.
Exactly. No, I will say no. I will confidently stand here and say, nah, if you're really in a Salt Lake University and you don't know who is Nikita, then you are.
That's true.
You are, I don't know, you are not part of this community then, because who doesn't know me? Hello, hi, it's me. So.
Let me personally thank you, Nikita, for coming and participating and giving obviously your invaluable insight about leadership, the challenges, as well as opening up more about you. I think there is a lot of things that I myself, I did not know about you, as well as the students that you are leading. They might have not known a couple of things about you, but then today you were able to like unpack it. We get to know the real Nikita, the voice, or rather the image behind that leader who's fearless. Today we got to know the vulnerable side of you. And then, before I can close it up, is there any word of encouragement, a word of advice to a student who's like, I have leadership qualities, I have what it takes to be a student leader, be it a Housecom, or rather, as well as a peer mentor, or better still, to even be part of sports? What is it that you can advise that student?
What I would love to say, I will be very, very honest with everyone who's watching this. If you really want to be a leader, be a leader, be ready to serve. Don't just be a leader because of the benefits that comes with it. Because what I have noticed nowadays, we just want titles and we just want the benefits of, but then because now if you are becoming a leader and you are not ready to lead, you are not ready to get things done, trust me, believe you me you that you're not gonna do it, you're not gonna make it possible, because you are not ready. You are just there for vibes. Don't be there for vibes, be there because you really wanna be there, just like me.
Thank you for that. My wonderful viewers, fellow students, those who are watching from back at home, where I come from, there is a saying that says, Bahale abatsalwe bayabetlwa. So for you, let me just give you this so that you can be able to run with it. Leadership, it is not about benefits. It is about being selfless, having to lead, having to be the voice of someone who might not be able to like voice out their concerns. It's about putting your head on the grenade, having to put your head on that steppy ladder of saying that, no, I'm going to do this. Never mind that it might have an impact on me. Never mind how the management might perceive me. Never mind how the community or rather the society as a whole will perceive me. And that's from me and Nikita, my wonderful host, me being the bulldozer Nyakallo Kutumela, signing out.
Signing out.